What's up, everybody? Disco Demonic Hydrophonic. I want to start this video by saying thank you to all the spirits that have been working with me and that I've been working with recently and that I've worked with in the past. I've been having so many blessings and cool things happen to me lately. And some are bigger than others, but they're all very well appreciated and recognized. And I've been having about the same amount of visions as I normally do, maybe a little bit amplified, but I've had some cool things happen to me recently, like just within the past few days. I'm learning so much. I wanted to thank them, first of all. Too many to list. I work with Santa Muerte, Paimon recently, Sorath, Lucifer is my patron, Hecate. I mean, like I said, there's so many. I was kind of apprehensive about naming any because I didn't want to leave any others out. But the demonic divine in general have just been great. So I wanted to thank them, first of all, when I start this video. So I'll go into some of the blessings. Now I'll start with kind of the most... okay, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to start out with the first one. The first one that happened to me was a few days ago. I was hungry and I needed some chips. I was going to make a spread. If you don't know what a spread is, when you go to prison or jail, there's a mixture you can make, and you get like ramen noodles, chips, pickles, like all kinds of shit you can get from commissary, and just mix it all up and you eat that shit, right? That's a spread, and the spread can have anything. It doesn't matter if you just got like chips and some noodles, or chips and noodles and pickles, chips, noodles, pickles, onions. You know what I'm saying? It's just like whatever is in it is in it. There's no recipe for the spread. It's just mixing all the shit together, and so. I was gonna make a spread, but I didn't have. All I had was pickles, onions, and then a soup, which is a ramen noodle. We call it a soup. So I was like, well, fuck, I need some chips, man. And I had $1.50. I was like, fuck it. So I went downstairs, and I was gonna go to the store, but chips are more than $1.50. And so I was like, well, I get the little bitty bags, and then I was like, nah, let me see downstairs. They're $1.50, and I was like, well, there wasn't gonna be enough chips, but I was like, I need some chips. Fuck it. So then I put the, I want to say chips a lot. So when I put the money in the machine downstairs, the vending machine, for some reason, you know, which obviously I believe what it is, but I'm saying for some reason for you guys, for those of you that are non-believers. But when I pressed in the code for the chips, man, like the little ring that spins around did not stop. And I got like 3 bags of chips, and just like this kept on falling and falling, and I was like, what the fuck? It was dope. I had just enough chips for a spread, and I was like, yes. So I came in and I added some pickles, onions, chips, and you know, had some soup and shit. It was dope. So that was the first cool thing that happened the other day. Second thing is, like, I haven't been working too much lately, and so I'm kind of worried about money, right? So I'm asking the spirits, but also trusting them at the same time, asking, hey, I need some money. So the other day I created a thought form. Yesterday, I think I did that for some cash, for a little bit of extra money, right? And then I sent the thought form out and did its job. And so I'm thanking the spirits because they helped me get to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It's like not just whatever. So I used every technique that I know, and I got so anyways, today I got a call from a friend, needed a side job done, some graphic design work. I went to school for graphic design, and so I got a side gig, man, and that was fucking really dope. And so got a side gig, got a couple extra bucks, helped me out with the money situation, and I'm waiting for some other money coming through for something else. So I'm like, fuck yeah. So everything right there worked out just so I have just enough money where I'm gonna be all right. You know, like everything, all the bills are paid, but like just like this is food shit. So that was pretty fucking cool. Got the extra gig. So another thing is, about 3 weeks ago, maybe two weeks ago, I got a spell with the ingredients from a friend. The ingredients, one of them was cemetery water. So I decided instead of just going to the cemetery and collecting water, that I would get a vial and fill it with water, take it out to where my cousin's gravesite is, and then in the cemetery there, and then, you know, let it charge there for a couple of days, go back and get it, and then pick it, you know, whatever. So just all kinds of things were happening to where I couldn't make it to get the water. And finally today, I was able to go, and honestly, I thought it would be gone by now. And I went, when I pulled into the place, they were cutting the grass and everything, man. It was just, I was like, these guys, they found the water. And then whenever I was pulling up, they were about halfway done in the cemetery. So I thought to myself, maybe it was just going to be like they're not there yet or something, right? Well, they had cut the grass there where my cousin's gravestone is, and I was like, well, shit, you know, they got it, dude. And I went to where I had stashed the vial, and it was still there. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, it was dope. So my cousin protected it for me, and here's the cemetery water. And now I can use this for whatever. And I thought that was really fucking cool. That was another cool thing that happened. The spirits have been with me. Because otherwise, I asked them at the cemetery if I could put stuff there, and they said no. They said if it's there for like 3 days, that they're throwing it away. Only like on Christmas or whatever. Like if anything else, they throw it away like the next day or 2 days later. And so I was like, that's pretty lame. Anyways, cemetery. They follow Christian tradition. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, the cool thing that happened today, that I was leaving work, and I was waiting for the bus. While I was waiting for the bus, I looked to my left, and I found a fucking skateboard, which may not be cool to some of you, but I used to skate when I was younger. And this board is in really good condition. It's got a couple of scrapes here and there, but that ain't shit when it comes to skateboard. This thing right here, maybe this dude did a couple of board slides, look at whatever, but did a couple of tail slides and nose slides and shit, or tried to. Yeah, he did. And then, so like I said, it's still good condition. It's like worn down a little here, not very much. There's no cracks in it. This is a good board. I looked it up online. This board is like 50 to 60 bucks, brand new. It's a pro board, and so I got me a fucking skateboard. Maybe I'll start skating again. I don't know, man. I thought that was pretty cool. My meditations have been great. My energy work has been fucking awesome. I haven't been working on anybody else recently, but just myself, just doing my meditations, working on my energy centers, the upper, middle, and lower dantians, soul star chakras, and the earth star chakra, and just like meditating and getting all my stuff like on point, man. And they've been really, I could feel the heat of the energy, like the energy just flowing through me. It's been really awesome. And then working with Sorath. So Sorath, I worked with him maybe the night before last. I got a reading from a friend, Teala Petrova. Now, I like to get readings for different reasons, like just like you. But it's like I wanted to ask for validation of what I've been doing on my path lately. Like, have I been doing everything I need to? Have I been doing what I'm doing correct? Like as far as making these YouTube videos. Basically, I feel there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I'm just going over my experiences. Whenever something cool happens, I put it out here. Hopefully, it'll help somebody out. That is my goal. Like, you know, like I don't make money off of this shit. So I'm doing this because I remember whenever I first started, it was very hard to find like straight up information. Everybody is so full of shit. Everybody's just like talking all this. It's like, oh, this is so dangerous, you know, like this and this and that, and they won't tell you anything. So I'm just telling you what I'm going through, like what I've learned, what I'm learning, and what, you know, hopefully to help somebody. So I wanted to know if this was cool. She says yes, and then I asked her, and she also told me like what's coming up on my spiritual practice, and she spoke of an ego death, or like another ego death, and so I guess you go through a few of these. So she said there's two beings you could work with that are really good with this. She said Belial, which I have worked with Belial in the past. It's been several months. And then with Sorath. I've never worked with Sorath. And you would think that naturally I would gravitate towards Belial, but for some reason Sorath kind of, I was curious. So I went into, I did a ritual to Sorath, like I said, night before last. And I did everything I needed to do, opened it, you know, just did the ritual, and I didn't really have anything. I felt the energy, but not super hardcore, you know, but I you know, it was a good ritual. And so I closed the ritual and everything, and then everything was, fine. And then I was like, all right, cool. The next day, so I do my meditations during the day are the ones that I really work on my energy a lot. That way, during my rituals, I can focus on ritual, right? So the next day during meditation, I figured I'd try to work with Sorath again. And so I was like, okay, during meditation, I was like, I'd meditate with Sorath. So I went in, and when I say went in, I mean like into meditation. And then I got a vision. Now, I channel, and when I channel, I go into, like, I connect with the spirit, I extend my aura. I've explained this in the past, in like past videos. And then, like, when I connect with the entity, then I start asking them questions, and then I, like, whatever starts happening, I start writing it down. So, when I learned from Teala Petrova, where there's this technique that whenever you're connecting with the spirits, she was saying in order to channel, but since I've been channeling already, I had not used this technique. But when I started incorporating this technique, my channeling, it seems to have gotten better. So, and I just incorporate it whenever I remember. So it's been like 3 to 5 times that I've used this technique. It's still fairly new to me. So basically what you do is whenever you have some sort of mental visual picture of this entity, you become the entity, as in you take on its features and stuff like that, and then from there, then you can channel, right? So like I said, since I've been channeling, I just use this to hopefully strengthen the channeling. And I've had some pretty good experiences. I think I talked about with Santa Muerte when I did this with her. I had some pretty good experience. I had like a pretty bang up. I did talk about this, and so whenever I first saw Sorath in meditation, which was yesterday, I saw a wasp. And then when I saw the wasp, I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, I didn't really know what to think. So I was kind of questioning. That day, my meditations were kind of odd, but I think it was teaching me something. So, because normally I can go to meditation, I'm pretty deep, but this was a new technique maybe. I hadn't used it that many times anymore, or yet. So, but anyways, I went into the meditation, and then when I saw the wasp, I was like, okay, I'm going to take on the features. So I took on the features of the wasp, and then I was the wasp. This took as long as it took. It wasn't instant, but it wasn't very long. And then the next thing I know, I'm like flying around. And when I began questioning, I felt the energy of Sorath. The energy was like, it's kind of hard to explain because I've never worked with Sorath before, and it wasn't an energy that I've ever felt before. But it was definitely there. It was a good energy. It was a peaceful energy, but I'm kind of apprehensive to say that this is energy all the time, or Sorath's energy all the time. I think this was the energy that was supposed to be there for this phase of this ego death that I was about to go through. Obviously, I went through this thing. So while I was the wasp, when I was flying around, if I followed where the wasp was, just let my vision happen. If I let the spirit lead me, if I let Sorath lead me, then I had the feeling with Sorath. If I tried to, like, my brain wandered, the feeling started to go away. So I was kind of being led by the feeling, and I'm going off to my right because that's kind of like I went off to the right a little bit, and so I was letting the feeling guide me. So I followed the feeling. So wherever I was going, the feeling, that's what I would follow. And I ended up coming across this toad or a frog. It wasn't like super clear, but it was a frog or some, toad or frog. And so while I was flying around as the wasp, the frog like ate me, like started eating me, right? And so when it was like eating me, I didn't feel any pain or anything. And while I tried to concentrate on I knew that's what was supposed to happen. So as I mentally tried to make it clearer, it was happening, and it was just what it was. It wasn't like the energy would kind of dissipate a little bit. So I would just let myself be taken into it, and then from there, I guess whenever I was in his mouth, like everything just kind of went black, and then I just was just in this, I want to say the void, but it was different from the void the way that I've experienced it before. I was just one with everything, and it was like it was, I don't know, I guess like a death, you know. So I'm thinking this is my ego death. And when I channeled with him later, he gave me some stuff. He told me that I could use this as many times as I wanted to, that this was that, and that I needed to do it more times. So I haven't done it today. I had to work a lot today. Tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And if I have some gnosis from that, I'm definitely going to share that. But I had some gnosis that I got from Sorath. And then from there, you know, I remember, I don't really remember what happened. I was just like in this darkness. And then the next thing I know, I was just like, normally I pull myself out. Like I remember everything, but this I did not remember everything. And then I was just like, the meditation was, I don't remember like coming out of the meditation, honestly. I just, it was over, I guess, at some point. And I don't remember when that point was. But anyway, so here's some gnosis that I got from Sorath after I channeled after this. And so this is what I got. It's kind of, I don't know if because of the mental state that I was in, but it's kind of all over the place, but it makes sense. So, sing/cling. I've explained what that means before. Sing, cling to the whispering winds, and listen to the magic in their leaves. Relieve yourself of all things which are of no consequence, and only seek that which imbibes the darkness. Perpetual death abounds, the incessant divinity of oneself. Like a warm blanket, it wraps around you and releases you as it envelops you. Increasing awareness, increasing safety, and fulfilling destiny/mission. So destiny and mission are the same thing. Let it surround you. Give in without giving up. From this point, you can awaken anew, and you can repeat the process as many times as you need to. And that's what he's telling me. So now what Sorath means by the process, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do this, this thing. Let the emotions guide you as many times as you need to do this, as you feel that you need to do this in order to fully embrace what it is you need to. So this is how he was telling me how to have an ego death. It was, and like, I guess I'm going to be doing this again in the future. Like, again, I'm gonna do it tomorrow until I'm satisfied. But anytime that I feel I need another ego death, this is the process I'm going to use. Explain the experience. Yeah. Okay. So man, that's what happened. So it was pretty rad. So let me do this right quick. And yeah. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the last minute kind of blah blah. Hopefully, man, this was a good video. Like, a lot of shit's been happening. Honestly, this isn't even everything. I want to make another video probably tomorrow and post it at a better time. Right now, it's kind of late. So I'm probably not going to get a lot of views right now. That's cool. But hopefully I will get some later. Hopefully this helps somebody. If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hate this video, share it with your enemies. Take it easy.